Hey guys. Hey. How you doing, guys? How you doing?
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. Man, it's warm, but hey, it's Sunday. So it's the weekend, and I hope you're enjoying it. But understand that it's beginning to just give us a little taste of possibly a football season. You know, the fact that we have gotten coronavirus tests for players, that players are allowed to start entering the facility, that the 28th, next week, next Tuesday, is going to be the first day that training camps will actually open. Now, I know we're not going to see stuff like we usually do where, you know, they fly out to Oxnard and you get the big press conference, the training camp is open, and we see the players out on the field, and, you know, we're there, you know, and getting our autograph on and seeing plays. It sucks. It sucks. I mean, I had been planning on going to California to training camp and then doing a road trip to the Hall of Fame game. But, you know, we're dealing with some shit here. So, we got the fallout right now about the Jamal Adams trade. And as I go through and listen to Twitter, you know, you see a lot of Cowboy fans that are mad. You know, the Cowboys, they never seem to get these deals done. I don't know what's wrong with them. You know, they can't seem to get this, that, and the other. First Earl Thomas, now Jamal Adams. Why don't we do this stuff? You know, you got to understand that we're looking at it from a fan's point of view. Of course, you want to get players of that caliber, of that magnitude on your team. Don't get me wrong, we all do. But you got to understand, you can't give up too much because it's a delicate balance when you're talking about trades. How much is enough? How much is too much? How much are you going to risk? Because in the history of football, and this is where I base a lot of the things that I talk about and my predictions are from what's happened in the past. And being almost 55 years old, I've experienced a lot of things and seen a lot of things. But more times than not, when you've seen teams make blockbuster trades, not very often does it work out. And in our case, we ended up, for example, taking 2 number ones and trading for Joey Galloway with Seattle. Man, that was bad. Joey Galloway was injured his first training camp for us. And it set the team back because you got to understand, that number 1 pick on your team, if you are good at doing what you're doing, and that's something the Cowboys have been, is first round draft picks. You want to be able to pick that guy. 1, they're young and haven't been beat down in the NFL. 2, they're dirt cheap when you draft them and sign them to that contract. For example, CeeDee Lamb is $14 million for 4 years. You're not getting a guy out on the streets that's a free agent or a guy you trade for that's going to be that cheap. But when we look at that Joey Galloway trade, that's terrible. And that's not the only one. You can look at Roy Williams, where we gave up a first and a second, I think it was, for Roy Williams. That set us back because Roy Williams was never that guy that we gave up all that draft capital for. You can even look at us moving up with Morris Claiborne with a first and a second. All of those were losses all across the board. And when you start thinking about some of the moves that were made, you know what, one of the worst ones. Now, people will talk about, you know, the fact that the Chargers drafted Ryan Leaf and he was a bust. But see, it goes beyond that. Because see, what you have to understand, and most people don't realize, the scenario that was actually set up. The Chargers had the 3rd pick. The Cardinals had the 2nd. The Colts had the 1st. Everybody knew that the Colts were going to take one or the other. Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf. But the way the experts out there looked at it says, it doesn't matter which one of these 2 guys you get. They're both going to be great. Peyton Manning is the more polished player now, but he's going to have limitations. Ryan Leaf, there's a bigger upside with him because he's got that cannon arm. He's got that prototypical size. He's a beast. So here was the problem for San Diego. San Diego worried that the Cardinals might trade that pick to somebody else. And so they said, we got to make sure, we can leave no doubt that we're going to get one of these two guys. So they traded one spot. One spot. They took the number 2 pick, and in exchange for it, they gave the Cardinals 2 number 1s and a second, Eric Metcalf, and one other player. That was the Herschel Walker type trade, if you remember Herschel Walker trade. They gave up, a king's ransom to move up one spot to a guy who ended up being a bust. Now, you can think about Ricky Williams. Here's another one of those ones that still to this day, I can't believe it. But Iron Mike Ditka traded his whole draft class, every pick, 8 picks, to the Washington Redskins so he could draft Ricky Williams. Now, of course, Ricky Williams was a beast. He was an incredible athlete. You couldn't, you could definitely say you want to get guys like that on your team. But 8 picks? Ditka, dude, what were you smoking in those cigars? And not that it mattered for that team, the Washington football team. Forgive me if I did say that old name. They didn't do anything with the picks. Screwed up every one of them. And of course, there's the infamous Herschel Walker trade, where Minnesota thought, we just had a great running back. We're going for a run. We're going for a run, baby. We're going to go all the way. Yeah. All the way to the toilet. They gave up too much and ended up helping the Dallas Cowboys win 3 Super Bowls because of that mega trade. So now, back to Jamal Adams, whom the Jets ended up getting not 1 but 2 number 1s and a third for exchange of a player and a 4th. I'm sorry. That is way too much. And I think that we may look back at this trade as one of those ones that you say, ooh, yeah, maybe that one shouldn't have been done. I think the Rams, honestly, right now, are looking back at the Jalen Ramsey deal, where they gave up 2 number 1s for him, especially knowing that they got to pay that guy right now. So, as a Cowboy fan, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have had Earl Thomas on our team beginning of last year, and I would have loved to have had Jamal Adams, but not at 2 number 1s. There's no way, no how that you give up and risk that much for one guy. You just don't do it. So, any of you out there thinking I'm butthurt over this situation? Yeah. Not me, bro. I'm good. I'm real good. So anyway, I gotta feed the fishies here. And don't mess with me, because you might be sleeping with the fishies. Hey guys, come on. It's feed time. Come on over here. Come on to Papa. Come to Papa. Hey guys. Hey. How y'all doing? How you doing? What's up? You know there's no food in my hand, right? You know there's no food in there yet. Yeah. I love you guys too. Alright. Here you go, guys. Come on. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you're having a great Sunday. And I'll see you later.